I think if we really take the time to listen and to hear, we'll hear that curiosity call. Sometimes we just get a bit too busy. There's too much going on around us, too many voices out there. We feel stressed. We feel overwhelmed. I know that I can't hear that still small voice of curiosity calling me unless I pause, unless I stop, unless I go take a walk in nature, unless I turn off my phone for a little bit sometimes. And that's the time I ask myself the questions and I hear the answers. If no answers come, then I keep asking. I keep wandering and exploring. I don't always need to have the answers. It's the questions that spark our curiosity and open our mind to new things. So I'm learning to allow moments of curiosity to speak, to spark my imagination and to open my mind to possibilities and finding solutions that I hadn't thought of before. It takes me being in that present moment. So I've let myself learn to dare a little bit more, dare to imagine if or what or how. And then I question why over and over again. That's not just the beginning of wisdom, but that's the start to a lifetime of adventure. In this little activity, I've listed a few questions, not only to help me get started with those whats and hows and why questions, but also to allow myself to go deeper and open my mind to what my heart really wants to know or tell me in any direction. So, again, as I enjoy my cup of tea or coffee, I pick out a random card and I answer the question with what comes to mind first. And then I ask the question why to help me get even a deeper experience into that reply. And there's no wrong answer. Just let each one inspire and encourage you in and through any project, passion, goal, or daydream possible for you. I pick as many cards as I want, one after another, until I've had my full of joyful curiosity and I'm eager and excited to try something new and adventurous. I'm daring to go into the next thing. That's what curiosity is for me. I think the month of March is a beautiful time and space to start questioning ourselves a little more. It's still winter. We're still cocooning inside our warm homes. But at the same time, we've kind of had our fill of the winter and the cold, and we're looking forward to something else, something different, something to get us out the door. At least that's for me, something to get me outside. So whenever I see a little sunshine, I just find an excuse to go out, to take myself out on a walk. Doesn't matter where or when, I just get out. And to me, that's curiosity. We don't have to wait for the perfect time to get curious or to discover something new about ourselves or about our world. We just take those opportune times where we are. And I think these questions are kind of like that for me. I don't have to wait and schedule a question and answer time for myself. That would be too serious for me. That would be too planned. I keep these cards next to my cup of tea so that when I feel like it, when I have a moment, when I want a little spark of excitement or more joy, I can ask myself a question. For example, what's a small dream you put aside that you'd love to pick up again, even just for a little while? How would you describe playing with possibilities? And what would you hope it to look like for you? What's something you've always wanted to try but haven't? What's holding you back? What's something most people believe to be true but you have a doubt about? How would you question it? Imagine if you could plant a tiny garden of happy moments in your heart. What three flowers would you plant first? What's a small change you could make today to step outside your comfort zone? So these are all simple questions, but there's some that we so often overlook. And why? Probably because we don't have the time for it, or we may feel they're too frivolous and useless. But lately, I've been catching myself wanting to question myself on different things. I don't know about you, but every time I ask myself a question, I feel I learn something, I discover something new about myself. Another object for me that relates to curiosity is a magnifying glass. These days, I'm using a magnifying glass when I can't see the ingredients on a jar or on a can or some food package. But again, that's wanting to learn, wanting to explore. Is this good for me? Are the ingredients in here something that will do me good, or are they just junk? Anything that we want to get a little bit more clear about, that's teaching us, that's growing us. And to me, taking the time to actually explore those things are the times that I remember things the most. Of course, it helps you to read something or hear it from someone else. But when I have to put a little bit of effort and time into figuring it out, or discovering it for myself, or researching it and finding it with my own two eyes, using my own two hands, somehow I remember it better and it sticks in my brain better. And by writing down these cards, creating them, cutting them, using them, somehow it just ingrains in my brain a little bit more. And I remember it as a memory rather than just, oh, I heard something that was good the other day. Or, of course, I have the brain fog going on right now in my life, but I know that I can always come back to these cards when I have a doubt, or, oh, what was it that I read the other day? Oh, what was that question that I asked myself? Maybe I remember the answer, but I won't remember the question. But it doesn't matter. It's in there. And it's still teaching us no matter what we go through, or maybe we'll read something or we'll ask ourselves the question and it won't speak to us in the moment, but maybe down the line we'll like, oh, I get it, and we can relate it to a situation that we are going through in the moment. So this is what I love about these. They will be right just at the time that I need it most. So listen to those curiosity calls. Maybe they're whispering in your heart, oh, you need to try this new recipe. Maybe they're yelling out loud, oh, go this way, go that way. Maybe they're nudging you to go to a new place or walk a new path or plant a new flower in your garden. So listen to those calls and enjoy them.